Right. Welcome. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Good to see you. So what do we have the honor tonight, Kyle?
Oh, just got some questions. Haven't seen you in a minute. Figured I'd hop on and say what's up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good to see you. To have you, man. Since you're here, we'll just transition and you can start off with the whatever questions you got and we'll just work our way around the circle.
Sure. Mine might be a little kind of fourth year specific. So basically I just, we're kind of at the end of the cycle, it seems, for at least psych. And I just got I got put on the wait list to a program that I would want to go to. And they said in their invite, they were like, oh, if you have questions, you can reach out to you can reach out to us on ERAS. And I'm just wondering, would it still be worth it, or would it be beneficial for me to reach out to them and be like, hey, I saw that I got put on the wait list. I'm really excited about it. What could I maybe say in an email to them to, I don't know, maybe get myself off the wait list and into an interview?
All right. Where is the program at? Is it near you, near family? Do you have any ties to the area? What makes you want to go to
Nothing.
the program?
It's in the middle of Utah. It's at University of Utah, so I have no ties there at all. But I mean, at the beginning of the cycle, they asked us to fill out a secondary application, which was, one of the only programs who had us do that. So I would just kind of maybe go back to that and be able to, expand on that and maybe tell them any updates that I have on my application, maybe, or stuff that I've done since then. Show
Absolutely.
that I'm still interested.
So you hit on a few good things here. So obviously, my rules of thumb when you're contacting programs, which you probably know since you've been through some of the fourth year stuff, is when you contact them, if you have updates on your application, this is the time and the place to utilize it, because it shows them that you didn't just let your foot off the gas as soon as you hit fourth year and you kind of stopped working and being lazy, that kind of thing. So that's number one. Number two, I would contact the program director and the program coordinator. And the reason being is it's very, very late in the cycle, number one. A lot of programs are totally done interviewing. Number two, if there is a spot, you want to make sure that this doesn't get kind of just stuck in somebody's inbox, right? The best way to do that is, number one, call them if you can. You're probably not going to be able to get through to them. You can leave a voicemail, and in the voicemail, so here, I'll write this out for you. Call PD and PC as, all right? And so what you can do with that is leave voicemail, and you want to state your name, your AMC/NRMP number, or whatever identifying information that you have. You want to also say just maybe 2 sentences. So 2-sentence brief summary. And I'll say here, type it out before you call. That way it's very streamlined. It's like, hey, my name's Kyle. I saw that I was put on the wait list for your program in Utah. I really love XYZ factors. I think that I'd be a good fit because of XYZ. Thank you so much for considering me. I would love to do anything I can possibly do to get off the wait list. Please contact me at your earliest convenience. I will also send an email to follow up on this voicemail in case that you don't get it. Boom. That's exactly how you do it. Right there, that's 30 seconds. You just nailed every single thing that you need to say in the voicemail to the program. So your name, your identifying information, 2-sentence brief summary of why this program plus why you're a good fit. Inform them that you are willing and able to attend an interview at a moment's notice due to your high interest in the program. And also conclude by saying that you will be sending an email to follow up in case they missed this call. That way, when you send the email, it's not like, oh my God, this dude just called. Now he's just emailing. It's like, no, you told him to close the loop. And you can even say that in your call. You'll be sending an email to close the loop, quote unquote.
Use that UWorld lingo.
That's UWorld lingo right there for you. To close the loop on your communication and to follow up in case they missed this call. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I would do. So that number one, that gets you a touch point. If you call them and get through, fantastic. That's obviously better than email. It's a little bit more personable. If there is a chance you get off the wait list, they'll tell you right then and there pretty much hey, we're still considering 10 people for the last spot or whatever,
Sure.
And number two, if you don't get a hold of them, boom, you just gave yourself another touch point. So they're seeing your name. They're seeing your name. And so it puts you at the forefront of their mind. So a couple things that you can do. That's exactly how I'd conduct that, though.
Cool. All right. That's what I'll do.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Question, man. Appreciate seeing you on here. It's good to have you on here.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you too.
Absolutely, man. Shoot me a message with an update on your workout plan.
All right, yeah, you got it. We'll do.
All right. Who's up next? Go ahead and just, whoever would like to go ahead and just unmute yourself and we'll just go until everybody's questions are done. And by the way, you can find the contact info for our program directors and program coordinators on Frida, the website.
Cool. All right, perfect.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if I'm the next or not, but
What's up?
well, like you said, the next kind of. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I thought that you're talking to next person to talk.
Yeah, you're up.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So I think I sent you like a message about like what I'm doing, so I can just really quick go over what I did.
Sure.
So you gave me like the schedule, like I kind of started like 3 weeks ago. So if you remember, I was just a little bit like sick over the whole break, so I couldn't really study. So I kind of started like 3 weeks ago. And then what happened is I have the list now. So based off the list that you gave it to me, and all of my tests kind of like, school things started. So what I did based off the list, so I did the intro chapter for pathoma. I watched your inflammation and I did the sketchy farm and then pathoma with cardio and then vascular. And I still need to, that I told you like about like, this is something else that I want to talk to you. So throughout the whole year, I was watching sketchy. And then the reason that I was doing sketchy just because it was helping me. So when you talk to me about the whole, like pathoma book, so I was just like, okay, so if that's what you think, so I'm going to give it a shot. So I started with that. And then I kind of like, at least for the second time, I really like it. So I had a problem with my speeding. And again, I talked to you and I forced myself to do 1.5. It was like crazy at the beginning, but then now I understand way better. So with 1.5, so I could kind of like do that. But then sometimes because I watch the sketches for some specific like topics, I already watched it multiple times. So I'm just doing pathoma first and then go back and then do 2 times the speed sketchy because it kind of like helped me with the picture. So I was just like thinking that since I already done a lot with this sketchy, so it's just better for me to use it. Anyway, so I use, and then sometimes like pathoma, it just happened with cardio though, and I'm really bad with cardio. So for the, right to left and then left to right, so I use sketchy on that. So that's what happened. And then on cardio, I watched sketchy on cardio, renal, and smooth muscle. And then I did pathoma, and then heme and onc. And, it's like 3 different videos, like 3 sets. So I watched one of them with pathoma. Like, I need to watch 2 more videos. And then I watched the whole sketchy on all of B cells, T cells, cancer, because I already watched it. So I rewatched it again. And I need to do one more kind of to kind of match up. And so I had my endo exam. So as you said, I did multiple time pathoma and endo. And for my question, I did all of the it's a 50-60 question on RX. So I did that to kind of help with my question, and I scored really I think average was 50% and I get 70% for endo. And then also I passed really good with my exam, so I got an A on my first exam and my test, so I got above average. However, when I was just talking to you, so I'm kind of behind the whole thing and started doing some GI question for RX, so I didn't do too good or too hot, But I also another thing that I'm doing, so with pathoma, I don't really have a time to just do it 3 times. So I'm just doing 1 time, but then it's kind of review because I already went to school or watched the, videos and then everything. So yeah, I'm kind of lost in the whole process now, and we are February. So I don't know what I should do. Should I start question? Should I go back? I think that no matter what I'm doing, it's still I forget the stuff, and doing question really helped me to kind of memorize the stuff. It's kind of makes me freak out, and then that helped me to memorize the stuff better. But yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so just so everybody's on the same page here, I'll summarize briefly kind of what you just said. So she's having trouble kind of getting through material, retaining the material. She's got a crazy class schedule. It's never the same. Just reading from her message that she had sent me earlier today, she's had 5 hours of classes one day for preclinical and then an ultrasound class. 1 week she has it, another week she doesn't. It's very unpredictable. So what should she do to kind of accelerate the process? And while she was talking, I kind of typed up some recommendations to start with. Number one is I want you to stick to a few resources. Don't get resource fatigue. So it sounds like you're using SketchyPath and Pathoma. I would say if you really, really, really want to use both, that's fine. But if you're talking about within one system, I would stick to one of the resources. So for example, if you really like, let's say hematology and SketchyPath, use SketchyPath for hematology. Don't bounce back and forth between the two resources. It's just going to start leading to you seeing stuff and getting confused and not realizing that one thing is one thing and one resource. And then in the next resources, you get to it and you don't have it actually really well learned. And it's easier to get confused that way. So that's number one. And so I would say use the same resource within system, i.e. if you prefer SketchyPath for hematology, use it for the entire system. And I know that we had personally spoken about this before, but I'll just share this recommendation with other people. SketchyPath is really good if you have a lot of time. It's going to be more time intensive than Pathoma. So that's one of the reasons that I don't recommend it kind of carte blanche for all students. Most students do better with Pathoma because they can see the information faster, more repetitions, and the teaching's very solid. It's not like Dr. Sitar is a bad teacher by any means. He's going to tell you the high yields, get straight to the point. It's just if you have trouble with the memorization aspect, SketchyPath can be helpful for that. But again, it's going to take most students anywhere from like 3 to 6 times longer to get through SketchyPath than Pathoma. So if you have a lot of time, then you can use it. Otherwise, Pathoma is more of a crash course. All right, point B right here. If you've seen a piece of content within the last 30 to 60 days and you're still forgetting it, and this is for board prep, obviously. I'm not talking about class prep right now. Class prep, if you have a test coming up, obviously you need to study it again if you don't know it, right? That's different. But for board prep, if you are like, shoot, I can't remember this concept, I know I've seen it, you need to, number one, make sure and ask yourself, do I understand the concept? This is the key word, is understand. I'm not asking if you have it memorized. I'm not asking if you have it perfected. I want to know, do you understand the concept? If you can visualize a heart, and sure, you might forget which one rubella is associated with, or which one diabetes is associated with, or whatever for the congenital heart defects. If you forget details, that's fine. But if you can visualize the heart and understand the blood flow, what's happening, that means you understand the concept, right? And so if you understand it, then you need to stop watching the board prep resources for it. You need to start applying it, right? And so you apply it through practice questions. And so this is my recommendation to you is, once you get to the point where, yes, you understand it, no, you do not have it memorized or perfected, that means next step is application-based, which is practice questions. And so that is absolutely what I would be focusing on right now in your situation where you're kind of hitting that roadblock of you're not retaining stuff permanently, which is totally okay, especially this early on in the process for you. And so what I would do is, I know you're still working through the checklist of all the cumulative stuff you need to review. What I would do is split your day 60-40. Right? So every day you're going to have a little bit of time to study for boards. Some days it's 2 hours, maybe another day it's 5 hours, the next day it's 1 hour, right? It's going to be different for everybody, for every class, for every day. As long as you can fit in at least 1 hour a day, then you know you've put adequate effort forth. Obviously, if you have 2 exams in a day or some extenuating circumstances, you might not be able to do it. But for the most part, you need to put in at least an hour a day. And then weekends, you can do a little bit more. After a big exam, when you're starting onto a new concepts and you have some more free time, you can do that. That's fine. But 1 hour a day minimum. And so I would split it right now 60-40 for you. And so I would do 60% of the time for boards is on practice questions, and 40% of the time for your boards is going to be review content plus finishing crash course checklist that you're working on. Because you've seen a lot of this material, just me knowing, and I'm giving you these numbers because I remember from our previous conversations kind of where you're at with everything. And so the 60-40 is not necessarily a number I'm saying for every single person right now, but this is what I would want her doing. So if you have 1 hour, do about 40 minutes at a time or 35 minutes at a time, do practice questions. So try and bang out 5 to 10 practice questions, review those. Then the remainder of the hour, go through 1 or 2 Pathoma videos or SketchyPath videos, whichever resource you're working on. And then you can just extrapolate that to however many hours a day that you have available. And so don't beat yourself up about not being able to do like 5 to 10 hours a day of board prep while you're in classes. Totally understandable, totally fine. You have to pass your classes. That's the first priority. And so if you don't pass your classes, you don't even get to take your boards, right? So Obviously, you have to do well enough to pass. Boom, pass. Next, then you can put in that hour to 2 hours or however much time you have each day into your board prep. So does that help a little bit?
Yeah. So